Well, hello there. My name is Sherman, and I am the instructor for this social science research course, and I just want to welcome you and let you know how excited I am to be teaching this section or this session of the summer experience. It's exciting for me because we have a mix of students. We have education students as well as counseling students, and that actually works out perfectly for the nature of this course. It deals with social science in general, and the disciplines of education and counseling fall within the social sciences, and so it really is a perfect fit for all of the students, all of you enrolled, at least I'm hoping so, and we'll be able to hopefully learn a lot from each other as the next 5 weeks progresses. Now, one of the things I'm going to be using as an example in this course early on is a case regarding mindfulness meditation and its influences and effects on students. And I thought, well, what better way to begin this class than to have just a sort of a brief mindfulness session as we get going with the entire experience. So if you'll just bear with me, and if you could just sort of relax and take a very deep breath in and concentrate on your breathing. And as you're breathing in and out, consider this connection that's being made in the present between you and me on your computer. This communication connection as we breathe and be present. And as you're breathing, just focus on being here. Focus on coming to this place. All of you are here with different expectations based on your journeys. Some of you are here to experience a course that is going to be convenient for you as a non-traditional learner online. Some of you are here because you want to learn something important about research, and it's an important part of your graduate studies. Some of you are here just because it's a quick, easy, and convenient way to get it over with. Some of you might be here in this day because you want to be sort of intellectually stimulated and maybe even entertained. And these are all things that I'm going to try to help support. These are all expectations that I'm going to help support. Breathing. Although I am just one person teaching online, one faculty member, it's going to be very difficult to meet all those expectations. Sometimes that's a lot of pressure on me as a teacher to consider just the difficulties of working within a web-based environment and trying to make sure that you get what you need from this experience. And sometimes the whole, just that thought and that pressure just fills my mind, and it just feels like it wants to explode. Okay, so maybe mindfulness isn't for me now, maybe never. But feel free to practice mindfulness whenever you need to get yourself through this course, especially with such a volatile instructor. During the next 5 weeks, you are going to be reading an interesting text and some articles and notes related to social sciences. At least I hope you find them interesting. You're going to be writing an abbreviated research proposal for a research problem that will be of particular interest to you. You will be completing 4 exams. Hooray, that's yay on that. Those are all going to be short online exams, all selected response exams, so that's things like multiple choice and whatnot. And you are going to be completing some training, a very small training module that is designed by an external organization that addresses the ethics of doing human subjects research. And it's an important experience to have, to complete that training. And hopefully you'll get a lot out of that. So that's a lot that you're going to be experiencing in the next 5 weeks. I'm really interested and excited After you take a tour of this of the website, then you'll begin the process of getting ready for what's in store for the next 5 weeks. I do want to say just a couple of words about the course text. First of all, as you already know by now, the text is free. You're welcome on that. I examined a number of different social science texts. I use an education text usually during the year, and it can be fairly expensive, $150 to $200. And the thing is, there are a lot of good resources now, and some authors are making them available through open sources free of charge. And I just want to give a shout out to the author of our text. I have some information about him here. His name is Anol Bhattacharjee. He's a professor at the University of South Florida. He's actually an information systems professor. And it's kind of interesting because you might think, well, what does information systems have to do with social sciences? And some of the research that he's conducted over his career includes healthcare informatics, crowdsourcing innovations, and business ethics. And all of those do fall within the very large umbrella of social science research. Now, I do want to say a couple of notes, though. I really like the text. I like his voice in the text. I like his perspective on social science research. I think he's a really smart, articulate person. Having said that, the text is not the most well organized for me as a teacher. I think it could use some restructuring, and I've tried to do that by not assigning readings all in the same order. He does have this habit that he talks about things in one section and then he goes into detail about them later in another chapter. And I try to direct your attention to that in the readings a little bit, and I tried to structure the course outcomes so that they make sense, that makes sense for me and for what I think is the structure of this course. So again, I think it's a great resource. It's a little rough. It's never had a professional editor to my knowledge, but I'm very appreciative that Dr. Bhattacharjee has offered this to all of us at large, and I try to build upon that with some other assigned readings, but I just want you to be aware of that. Also, it's free of charge, but if you want to print it off, and some people like to study that way with a text, you can either do that on your home computer and printer, or you can go to Amazon and order a hard copy for only around $10. So that's all I want to say about the text. So now it's time to get started with the course. And if you will go ahead and select the course website tour, either from the syllabus tab at the top of this page, or I put a button at the bottom of the page. That would be the next place to get started. And after you take the tour, I hope you spend a little bit of time getting to know the structure of the course website before you dive in and begin part one of the course. And actually, the whole experience is going to start with you looking at the big overview of the entire course itself. I think I really need to give this mindfulness thing a chance. Breathe. Oh, shoot. Stupid bird. I think it pooped on my head.